combinedly going for enforcing its authority for the welfare of the people is called as governance. This far is clear? So governance means how the government uses its authority for the welfare of the people. Now, what is the meaning of good governance now? We have added a word as a preceding word, that is good. So what exactly does it mean that good governance is all about? Ante good governance means, it is simply saying the establishment of Ram Rajya. See, don't think that Ram Rajya symbolizes only one religion or such. Here Ram Rajya symbolizes the establishment of justice or the establishment of just conditions of governance. That means if the governance that is carried out by the various organs of the government is in a just manner, is in an efficient manner, then we can say that there is good governance in India. Okay, whichever policy that the government may enforce, if that policy is enforced in an efficient and effective manner, then we can say that there is good governance in India. Okay, so this part is clear. So what is good governance? Good governance means the ability of the government to enforce governance in a good and responsible manner. Okay, understood? Now, take down the next subheading. Okay, what are the strategies? What is the other word for strategies? You can also call it as what are the various policies for achieving good governance in India. See, in India, achieving good governance is one of the core targets for our government. So what are the various policies that were introduced by the government so that we can achieve good governance in India? Okay, we have to discuss about one by one policy which the government wants to enforce so that we can achieve good governance. Okay, so see here, good governance initiatives in India. The first important thing, take it down, administrative reforms. Administrative reforms. Administrative reforms. So see, whenever we talk about this term called as administrative reforms, we are emphasizing on one single aspect, that is administrative reforms in executive branch. Executive branch, very important, executive branch. So why here the highlight is executive and why not it is legislature or judiciary? Why we are focusing only on executive? Because the one organ that is directly or indirectly responsible for enforcing good governance in India, it is nothing but executive. Why? Because we already know that legislature goes for law making, okay, and executive goes for implementing the laws. That means whatever the laws that were made by the legislature, those were implemented by the executive. And according to you, answer me, which organ should be functioned at the efficient so that the governance in India can be possible to the maximum? Which organ? It is executive. See, even in your day-to-day life also, you can plan to do so many things. Okay, you can plan to do 13 to 14 hours of work or 13 to 14 hours of some good thing. But if at all you are not executing it in a proper way, then whatever the planning you have done will be in vain. So, the organ which is very important for governance is not legislature but the executive, because we have to deal with the implementation. Okay, so that's why Here also, whenever I talk about administrative reforms, here I am emphasizing about the reforms that has to be undertaken by the executive. Understood? Now take down, what are the various reforms suggested? What are the various reforms that executive should go for? The first, can you answer me, what is that very big challenge that our Indian administrative system is facing today? What is that one biggest challenge that every governmental office or every person who is involved in this administration faces today? What is that one challenge? I have said it many times in the class. What is that one big challenge that we as efficiency in the delivery of public services? And due to corruption, there is one another phenomena that will occur, that is red tapeism, or you can just write it as red tapeism. What is red tapeism? Delay in the there will be delay in the delivery of public services because of corruption. So when you go to a governmental office to demand some service, and if they demand bribe from you, and if you are not in a position to give them the bribe, then automatically your service delivery will be compromised. That will actually result into the phenomena called as red tapeism, where there will be delay in the delivery of public services. Okay, this is one important challenge that we have to see as part of administrative reforms. Then, what is the second challenge that we face? Second important challenge is political intervention. Political intervention. Okay, so what is political intervention? We can see that there are many cases where the political parties or the politicians in general will come and actually intervene with the decision making or with the service delivery. Okay, see, whenever we talk about executive, there are two types of executive. The first one is political, the second one is non-political or permanent. So, who are part of this political executive? Political executive means the ministers. And who are part of this permanent executive? It is bureaucrats. Why these people are called as permanent executive? Because once you become an IAS officer or governmental officer as such, you will be in service until and unless you attain the age of retirement. Can anybody come and snatch your service? Your constitutional right at a post, you will end up serving in that post until and unless you attain the age of retirement. But here, when we talk about political executive, can it be possible that today if you become the minister, you will serve as a minister for the coming 10 or 20 years? No. You can actually serve as a minister only and only if you get elected again. So, now you answer me, what is the maximum time period for the political executive to stay in power? Maximum time? 5 years. After 5 years, depends. If you get re-elected again as an MP, then, and if you are made as a minister again, then actually you can become a minister. Or otherwise, no. Understood? So now, it is whose responsibility for the implementation of the policies means it is the permanent executive's responsibility at the ground level. Okay, these include the district collectors, etc. Now, when the political executive comes and intervenes with the permanent executive's decision, it always results in the inefficiency, because these permanent executive people will actually lose their morale for the proper administration. See, whenever you are doing something, if someone else comes and intervenes in your work again and again, what will happen to you? If I'm here, you're doing something. If I'm coming to you and if I'm intervening with you or disturbing you again and again, what will you do? You will end up not doing anything because you get vexed with me. Okay, the same thing happens when there is a lot of political pressure or political intervention towards the bureaucrats. They will end up not doing the work or delay work, finally resulting into red tapeism again. Understood? So everyone needs their proper division or demarcation of work. If that division or demarcation of work is not there, then automatically people will get confused and they will end up not doing the work. Okay, so that is the second reform we have to consider, that is reducing the political intervention with the bureaucrats. Okay, so these two are the reforms that we consider as part of administrative reform. There were so many things, but these were the basic few things that we should be knowing. Okay, next thing, citizen-centric governance. Take down. Citizen-centric governance. So what is the meaning of citizen-centric governance? Citizen means who? Public. Centric means targeting. Yes. Governance, you already know. That means the governance should always target the citizens. That means the citizens, the common man or the general public should get maximum advantage of the various governance initiatives that were introduced by the government. The government should always work towards the betterment of the citizens. The government should always strive towards the betterment of the people in general, and their activities should be such that citizens are getting every service to their doorstep. Understood? That is the second aspect that we follow in good governance as part of the good governance initiatives. Then what are some of the citizen-centric governance initiatives means? You can take the example of this PDS. Okay, what is the full form of PDS? Public distribution system. So can it be made as an example of citizen-centric governance? Yes, because in the scheme, okay, the food grains or anything, okay, the food grains may be of rice in South India or wheat in Northern India. So these food grains will be distributed to the people, especially to all the people? No, to the people who actually belong to the below poverty line, and these people will get this every month to their doorsteps. Okay, so everyone, whoever is the exact beneficiary of this scheme, will get their service at the doorstep. Understood? So this is a proper example of how citizen-centric governance works. The citizen-centric governance always strives for giving good governance to the people always. It keeps the citizen first. Understood? Next, the third one, institutional innovation. Take down. Institutional innovation. Institutional innovation. Okay, now you answer this question. What is the meaning of innovation? An idea to process, like build an idea.
And is there a difference between invention and innovation, or both are the same? Innovation and invention, do you consider these two terms as different, or do you consider these two terms as same? You said that innovation means a new idea. Then what is invention? Hmm. See, if we consider mobile phone as an invention, okay, the discovery, okay, if we consider mobile phone in as an invention, okay, then the invention of smartphone can be treated as an innovation. That innovation means what? Already in an already existing thing. If you are getting a new idea, or if you are backing a new idea that can be enforced in an already existing system, that is called as innovation. Innovation means a system where it is designed properly, and if you are getting a new idea so that it can be implemented in that system, that is called as innovation. Okay, if I have to give a proper example, previously we used to have this ration cards. Okay, are you aware of this ration cards? Through these ration cards, we used to get the TDS, etc. Now these ration cards are there, but most of the ration cards got replaced by one different identification thing called as Aadhaar. Okay, so now Aadhaar, PAN, these two are the parameters where the government decides on the various criterias that they have to allocate for the people. Okay, so now, so this is the proper example of innovation where we can see that there are so many plenty of things previously, but if you are coming up with a new thing so that it can be used as a new idea, then that is called as. So here, what the various innovations that we have done as part of the good governance means, take down one by one. Okay, Lokpal, Lokayukta. So these two are the institutions that were introduced for stopping the corruption in India. Lokal is for center and Lokayukta is for states. Okay, and like this, there were so many institutions for targeting the corruption. And why targeting corruption is important? Because corruption is the biggest hurdle for us in achieving the process of good governance. Understood? Okay, so this is just the introductory slide. We will discuss about everything in detail in the coming slides. Next, the fourth one, transparency measures. Now, I already said many times, what is the meaning of transparency? Openness about what? And who has openness of government towards whom? People. About what they have to be open about? About their policies, their decisions, their schemes. Okay, that means whatever the government does as part of the governance, those matters have to be disclosed
openly to the public. Then only we can say that there is transparency in the country. And for this transparency, there are so many schemes or so many policies that were introduced, and one important example can be RTI. So when was it passed? In the year 2005. From then onwards, right to access information has become very, very easy in India. Okay, next, service improvement. Okay, so who actually gives us services? It is is the government. So how can these services get improved? If you approach any government office or if you approach any governmental authority for any service, and if they are not providing you with good service delivery, then there is an option before you to go for the public complaint. This can be a way out for redressal of your grievances. Okay, grievances means what? The various complaints you have, those can be made as a grievance and you can get the redressal. Okay, so any difficulty whichever you face can actually be nullified only with the thing of complaint mechanism. Okay, and through this the service improvement can be better. Okay, so this slide you understood what are the various parameters through which the good governance initiatives were taken in India. These are the broad parameters. One by one we will discuss now. Any doubts in this? Okay. Now, yes, take down. Right to Information Act. Okay, this initiative can be made as an example of which measure. This initiative can promote which principle of good governance. Which principle? Just now I said, no?
Transparency.
Huh?
Service improvement.
No, ma. Transparency. You only said that transparency means openness. And how can we get access to the open information about government? Through RTI. Okay. So see here, Right to Information Act. This act passed in the year 2005. Okay. So this will provide information access, administrative transparency, citizen empowerment, accountability tool and corruption control. These are the various things that were provided by the RTI. So first one, information access. I already said that you can get access to any kind of information, okay, if you go and demand it. Okay, just exempting certain things which are a matter of national security and all. Rest of the information you can access it with the help of Right to Information Act. Then the second one, administrative transparency. How it will promote transparency? Because whatever is there in the governmental documents, you will get to know about it, you will get access to it. So there is no chance of any mismatches or any kind of opaqueness. Okay, closed information is not at all there, everything is open to everyone, you can go and actually check it. And even regarding the revenue related things also, how much revenue does the government got, how much revenue does the government spend, everything is given in a clear cut manner. So there is no scope for closeness or opaqueness. Okay, next the third one, citizen empowerment. And how the citizen gets empowered through RTI, you answer. Empowerment means what? Empowerment means a kind of development. And how the citizen will get empowerment? Well, through the usage of RTI Act. How? See, every citizen gets a kind of benefit from the government. And how he gets to know about the benefits that government intends to give him or her? Through RTI. If you are not knowing about what exactly government is doing, how can actually you demand something from the government? See, you can attend my class only and only when you have information about my class timings. Okay, and the venue where the class is conducted. Without knowing the venue, without knowing the timings, can you actually come and attend my class? No, that is not possible. Similar thing, without knowing about government related information, can it possible for the citizens to get empowerment? Not. So that's why through RTI, the citizens will get all the basic information about the government and this will actually result into the empowerment. Empowerment of who? Empowerment of citizens. Then the next one, accountability. Take the accountability. So, what is the meaning of accountability? Answerability. So, how RTI will promote answerability? Because as your information is public and public can access any part of your information, you will always be on your toes to perform your duties efficiently or effectively. Just a small example. When I am here, when I am teaching, you guys will be very decent. Okay, you guys will behave in a very good manner. When I step out from here, when there is no one in the campus, how you guys will behave? Do you behave in the same way? No, right? You will behave according to your own. Similarly, if the government knows that anything can be accessed by the public and they can be questioned by the public in any sphere, then they will always be on their toes. That means they will always be working for their betterment. And if there is no such thing and public cannot get access to the information from the government, means every government official will be in a chill mode. Okay, he won't be doing anything because no one gets to know about what exactly he is doing. Understood? So that's why RTI will build the accountability, because this kind of answerability is expected from any governmental authority, and through RTI we can get that. Okay, and the last one, corruption control. How can you get to the corruption control? Through RTI. Because in RTI, if you go and demand the information, you will get the information about the various schemes, how much the money was allocated for that scheme and how much has been spent, and if there any mismatch between the allotted amount and the spent amount, then the difference would be corruption. Okay, let's take an example. Let's say for any scheme 10 crores has been sanctioned by the government, and out of this 10 crores only 2 crores has been spent on the developmental projects. Okay, the remaining 8 crores will be what? Yeah, because there is no proper document, there is no proper audit of the money, where it went and to whom it went. So there is a mismatch. You should actually prove where does this 8 crores go, and if you are unable to prove that, it is evident that these 8 crores was taken as a corruption. Okay. So this far is clear. Right to Information Act. Next. Digital India program. Digital India program. Who launched this program? Digital India.
Which government, at least you say that? The BJP or NDA? Difference unda leda? Yes. The NDA government, this Digital India program. Okay, what is this Digital India program all about? Digital India means what? In one word, if you have to summarize, huh? Take down. Strengthening the digital infrastructure of the country.
Strengthening the digital infrastructure of the country. Okay, how this digital infrastructure will be strengthened? With the usage of mobile phones, with the usage of connectivity, that means internet, and through the online mode of based on offline or person to person. Okay, simply take an example. If you want something previously, you will just go to the nearby store. You used to get the things whatever you want. But in the present day scenario, what is the reality means? Whatever you want, you will just go to the Google or to some any e-commerce platform. You will just search for it and you will get it. Right? Okay, people are not preferring to go to the local stores because you are getting the same product at a discounted price in online. And that too, if you have to go to the local store, you have to get up, you have to walk or you have to go. Here, everything will get delivered to your doorstep. Okay, so that means whatever the services that we are doing previously as a matter of offline, these days we are doing it as online. Okay, so the very big watershed movement that came after the announcement of Digital India program is with respect to the usage of technology for transactions or usage of digital means for transactions. Okay, previously the shopkeepers, okay, or the vendors, whosoever we visit, will go there, will purchase something and will pay to them with via cash. Okay, now wherever you go, any small business or any small street vendor or anyone, they will have a what? QR code. Yes, and through these QR codes we make the payments. Here there can be, we can actually say there is one concept that emerges, that is cashless economy. Everything is done without cash. It is just a transfer of money from one beneficiary to the other beneficiary. So through this Digital India program, everything is digital now. The buying and selling of goods and services, the transactions, the incoming and outgoing transactions, and also the service delivery by the government. Previously, if you want any kind of service delivery from the government, you have to go to the concerned governmental office and you have to apply. But presently, you can directly go to the specified government website and you can actually demand that facility or demand that kind of service through online. Okay, let's say if you have to download the Aadhaar, okay, do you go to any nearby center to download the Aadhaar? No. You can just go to your mobile phone and you can download the Aadhaar within seconds, provided if you have the mobile number with you. Okay, so that is the thing. So through this Digital India program, we are building digital infrastructure, we are building online services, we are building electronic governance, we are building technology adoption and service efficiency. So whatever I said up to now, so these all can be summarized into 5 different heads. Digital infrastructure, that means the connectivity, okay, the availability of the broadband services or the internet services. Next, second one, online services. Previously we go to the stores, now every service is available online. The third one, electronic governance. Previously, you have to go to the concerned governmental office for getting your service. Now, everything is electronic. You can just access anything with the usage of your gadget or computer. Next one, technology adoption. That means usage of technology for your day-to-day kind of things. That may be transactions, that may be your adoption towards the various things that may be in your workplace or anywhere. You are adopting to technology. Okay. Next, service efficiency. Through the usage of technology, there will be efficiency in the delivery of public services. Previously, there used to be corruption, a lot of corruption. But now, as all the services are digital, we know that computers can't take bribes. So that's why if there is any small mismanagement of revenue, that can be easily detected. Okay, and that's why corruption to a larger extent has been reduced after this one reform. Understood? So these were the things that we actually has experienced as part of the Digital India program. Next one, direct benefit transfer. Do we have DPT in India? Do we have direct benefit transfer in India?
Yes, ma'am.
Where? Example? Direct benefit transfer. Where there is direct benefit transfer in India?
PM Kisan.
PM?
PM Kisan policy.
PM Kisan. Okay, what happens in this PM Kisan?
Directly related to farmers account.
Farmers, okay. What will be given to the farmers? Is it money or is it inputs?
Money.
Money, okay. That will be given to the farmers. Okay, how much it will be given? Okay, what will be the duration at least you say?
6 months.
6 months. Okay. So does states also have a separate scheme for this? Yes. What are those schemes? In the Telugu states it is Raitu Bharosa and Raitu Bandhu.
These got tie up with the PM Kisan and it is actually a trinity. Okay, if you belong to Telangana, it will be Raitu Bandhu, I think. Okay, if you belong to AP, it will be Raitu Bharosa. Okay, so this can be a good example of direct benefit transfer. Why? Because the benefit is directly getting transferred to the beneficiary, that is the farmer. Why it is very important? Because here there is no involvement of the middleman. If you have a bank account, okay, and everything gets directly transferred to your bank account, there is no scope for any kind of intervention or mismanagement of resources. And here also the beneficiary, whosoever will be the exact or the direct beneficiary, that person only will get the benefit, not the other one around. Understood, sir? Next, in this direct benefit transfer, the first thing that is important is benefit targeting. Okay, so firstly, whatever the benefit that we are giving, benefit means the money in this case, whatever the benefit we are giving, that has to be targeting to the correct beneficiary. Correct beneficiary means the exact or authentic beneficiary, the person who is intended to get the benefit, not anyone as a duplicate person or any person who actually forged the documents to get the benefit. Okay, so it should actually target the exact or the legal beneficiary. Next, second one, leakage reduction. Just now I said, as there are no middlemen, there won't be any leakages. Leakage and means what? Where the money will be leaked to the middleman. Here there won't be any leakage because here the benefit is directly credited to the beneficiary. Next, the third one, financial inclusion. Why there will be financial inclusion? We know that these direct benefit transfer schemes are targeting the marginalized sections of the society, and through this we can achieve financial inclusion by actually targeting them, that too with the promotion of Digital India. How? Because here you should have a bank account to get the benefit. So as the marginalized people, everyone has a bank account. This will make sure that financially they are included in the various sectors or the various governmental schemes which the government wants to. Okay, so financial inclusion, in that one important thing is the opening of bank accounts, okay, especially to the people belonging to the marginalized sections. Okay, and we have a dedicated scheme for that, that is Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. Okay, this is actually related to the financial inclusion only, where they are aiming for the opening up of bank accounts, especially to the people belonging to the marginalized communities. Next, timely delivery. There will always be a time period for the delivery of services in DBT. You said that for every 6 months. So, for every 6 months, the money has to be credited. There will always be a time delivery mechanism. And the last one, welfare efficiency. As everything is digital, everything gets recorded in the computers or the other gadgets, there will be efficiency in the service or welfare delivery. Understood, sir? Okay. Next, Aadhaar enabled governance. The last topic. Aadhaar enabled governance. That means using Aadhaar for the various governance related initiatives. What is that one thing that is used as the identification for the beneficiary in major governance related issues or initiatives? What is that one identification that is required or authentication that is required? Means it is Aadhaar for many things. Okay, for opening a bank account, what you need? Aadhaar and PAN card. Okay, for if you want to apply for a passport, what are the two things that you need? Aadhaar, PAN card. Okay, so through this one unique identification number, all your data can actually be accessed by the government, and the service delivery can be very easy, so that all your details will be legally known to the government. So that's why Aadhaar is the major point of authentication that is used by the government for the service delivery. So see, Aadhaar authentication will go for unique identification. Okay, there won't be any kind of mismatches or misarrangements, because every person's Aadhaar is a unique identification one, and no person's Aadhaar will match with the other person's Aadhaar. Right? Okay. Next, can your Aadhaar be misused by any other person? No, because for the authentication you need to give the fingerprint and also the face eye scanner. Okay, and we already know that no two fingerprints can be same. So that's why there won't be any kind of mismanagement of this. Next, service integration. Through Aadhaar, one can get multiple services with one identification. If you want to go to any government, if you want to appear for any governmental exam, with Aadhaar, yes, you can get the entry. Okay, so like this, so many different things can be accessed only through Aadhaar. Next, subsidy targeting. If you want to get any kind of subsidy, let's say that the gas cylinder related subsidy, or the subsidy related to any kind of agriculture related things, etc., that subsidy can be availed by you with the usage of Aadhaar. Next, identity verification. Okay, through Aadhaar, they will actually verify whether you are a legal beneficiary or authentic beneficiary or not. Okay, and if you are not a legal or authentic beneficiary, you won't be getting any service from the government. Next, delivery accuracy. As everything is digital, the service delivery will be very accurate. There won't be any kind of wrong happenings can be there, because the person who is the beneficiary only will get targeted by the government. There won't be any other duplicate entries. Okay, so these are the various things that we can actually get through the Aadhaar enabled governance. Understood? Okay, this is about today's lecture. Any doubts? Any doubts in today's class? Okay, if you have any doubts, you note down and you do let me tomorrow. Okay, thank you.
Good evening, all. Today we'll discuss about Indian ancient history. In Indian ancient history, the first topic is Indus Valley civilization. See, there is a little difference in between culture and civilization. When you come to the term culture, in culture there is beliefs are there are values are there. If you compare to the civilization, civilization is advanced level of life, advanced settlements, and new way of life. Okay, this is little difference between culture and civilization. If you come to the Indus Valley civilization, this Indus Valley civilization flourished between different authors, yes, different age, different dates. According to NCRT, because we should follow only NCRTs. Some textbooks like R.S. Sharma, they quoted like 4400 BCE to around 1500 BC. But this Indus Valley civilization, we can demarcate into three phases. One is formative phase, and second one is mature stage, that is the urban centers, and the third stage is the decaying stage, the last stage, that was the. But the origin, we can write origin is 2600 BC to 1900 BC. Okay. In school also, in school level, we studied this topic, and there are many sites are there. One is, I hope you remember many sites. If you know, you can help me. One is Harappa, main Harappa, which is in Pakistan. Then Mohenjo-daro. Then Kalibangan, Khetri in Rajasthan. Then Lothal. Then Raki Garhi, Haryana. Good. So not only this Indus Valley civilization, this Indus Valley civilization, which is located in Indian subcontinent. At the contemporary time, there are two or three more civilization also existed. Another names like Mesopotamia, Egypt. The same way Indus Valley civilization also. Okay, there are many features are there. Features like very sophisticated features. At that time they practiced. At that time religion was different, same, but they followed different, and they lived the different lifestyles. The main features are, so you can note down few features. One is one feature is grid pattern or grid system. I hope you know what is the grid system. So in grid system means it's a rectangular pattern or like a chessboard pattern. Everyone knows rectangular or chessboard. And in this grid pattern, the streets they intersect at right angles, right? if you consider this is one house, these are the streets. Okay. This is a street. Okay. These are the streets, and these streets helps the people to move freely. Okay. This is right angle, right? They intersecting at right angles. Okay. And these streets are 10 meters wide and straight. This width of this street is 10 meters. Okay. You can note down, in grid system, streets intersected at right angles to each other. Okay. Streets intersected at right angles to each other. So this grid system is in rectangular or chessboard system. This grid system is a rectangular or chessboard system. So example of this grid system existed in the main city is Harappa. Harappa is which is in Pakistan and little part of Punjab. Okay. And the next feature is town planning. Second feature is town planning. So in town planning, they at that time they followed centralized town planning. Centralized means every city divided into equal half parts. Every city divided into two equal half parts. The system is like, there is one upper town. Okay. It was surrounded with the citadel. It was divided equally, and there is a lower town as well. Okay. And this is the citadel, the protective wall. And this citadel is located on high grounds. At that time, in that society, there was a hierarchy. Elite peoples, like rich people, they reside in upper towns. And the lower town is there. The lower town, in lower town, common people they used to reside. Okay. In Indus Valley civilization also there was differences. In upper town, elites or rich people they used to live. In the lower town, common people. Okay. And this lower town mostly used for the residential and commercial purpose. You can note down this point. In the lower town, mainly used for residential and commercial purpose. Okay. And in this lower town only, there are the granaries are exist. Granaries are, so granaries used for to store the grains, right? And there are 6 rows of granaries are existed. 6 rows. This pattern is like with the pair. This is one. These 3 granaries with the pair. Again little gap. Then another 3 pairs. This is the granary pattern. 6 rows. Okay. Consequently, 6 rows are there. An example of this 6 rows of granaries are Mohenjo-daro. Mainly in Mohenjo-daro city, these 6 rows of granaries are found, and these granaries are outside the citadel. Okay, outside the citadel. And third feature is drainage pattern. Everyone knows in Indus Valley civilization, there was a sophisticated drainage system was existed. Like the sanitation system, that is undercovered drainage system, undercovered. Nowadays you can find this all the dirty water and everything freeing flow, flowing freely outside the roads. The main city for this drainage system is Mohenjo-daro. When you, after completion of your graduation, you are going to write UPSC civil service exam. In that exam, your answer should be crisp. You should generate one key term and you should describe in 1 or 2 lines. Okay, then you should substantiate with an example. If you substantiate, then only examiner, the evaluator, get to know ki, you know little bit. Without substantiation, if you write pages and pages, you won't score better marks. Write very crisp and give example. Okay. In drainage pattern, you can note down sophisticated system of sanitation and undercover drainage was existed, and there was periodical manholes. Periodical manholes. Why these manholes? To drain the domestic water to the large drains. Okay. These manholes used to drain the domestic water to large drains, so that can near beneath to the city. Beneath means in peripheral, near to the city. Okay. And at that time, civic amenities. Civic amenities ante, for example, granaries or marketplaces, లేదా public bath. ఇప్పుడు లేదు, at that time it was existed. This civic amenities like public bath. Why this public bath? What are the uses of this? Public baths used for ritual purification. Okay, these public baths are used for ritual purification. Then granaries. Granaries I told already. These granaries are used for the storing surplus grains. Even they used to grow rice, barley. Actually, in this PPT it was mentioned. I will share with everyone. Okay. Then marketplaces. Marketplaces usually for selling and buying the goods. In Indus Valley civilization also, marketplaces are existed. Okay. Then the fifth feature is standardized building techniques. Standardized building techniques. Okay. In standardized building techniques, they follow linear pattern. Linear ante telusu kada, same linear pattern, and they used baked bricks for the construction of large houses, and those houses also uniform in structure. Example of this, Banavali city, Banavali, and each house has own private well. ప్రతి ఇంటికి ఒక ప్రైవేట్ వెల్ ఉంటుంది, and the bathroom, and this well and bathroom decorated with the ceilings తో డెకరేట్ అయి ఉంటాయి. Okay. Then these houses built around the courtyards for the light and ventilation. Okay, these houses built around the courtyards for purposes for more ventilation and light. And there was a linear pattern. Linear pattern ఎలా ఉంటుందంటే, హౌస్ ఎలా ఉంటే సేమ్. Okay, and streets they intersect at right angle at each other. ప్రతి ఇంటికి they have their own well and own bathrooms, and the drainage system was undercovered. ఇప్పుడు లేదంతా, ఒకప్పుడు ఉండేదంతా. Okay. Example, this defensive architecture is made with the baked brick, and this brick is 6 meter thick. 6 meter thick baked bricks undayi. Okay, and the city were fortified for the security from the external threats and communal approach. అంతే కదా, అప్పుడు కూడా ఉండేది ఎక్స్టర్నల్ థ్రెట్స్ లైక్ అప్పుడు కింగ్డమ్స్ ఉండే కింగ్స్ ఫర్ ఇన్వాషన్, బట్ దెర్ ఆర్ మోర్ థ్రెట్స్ లైక్ ఆరియన్స్, నాన్ ఆరియన్స్, ఇండో ఆరియన్స్. ఎక్కడైతే ఆల్ దీస్ సివిలైజేషన్ ఆర్ బెటర్ అర్బన్ సెంటర్స్, రైట్? ఎక్కడైతే వాటర్ అవైలబుల్ ఉంటుందో పెరిఫెరల్ ఏరియా ఓన్లీ అర్బన్ సిటీస్ డెవలప్ అయినాయి. నవే డేస్ ఆల్సో, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ముంబై, పోర్ట్స్, వైజాగ్, విశాఖపట్నం, because of ports. So where is the water available? At that peripheral area only this urban center will grow, like metropolitan cities. Okay. And the seventh feature is water management. Water management, they have skilled water management with the system of wells, okay, and canals and reservoirs. And these canals and these reservoirs and wells, these used for the irrigation for the crops. They used to grow crops, right? Crops needs water, irrigation. So this irrigation was channelized through canals and reservoirs. Okay. And few wells, that wells are used for the domestic water also, for consumption of humans. Okay. Next, at that time foreign trade also existed. Foreign trade with the different civilization like Mesopotamia, like Egyptian civilization. So from Harappan cities to Mesopotamia, the Mesopotamia city example I told Egypt, they imported at that time copper. Copper was imported, carnelian was imported, ivory was imported, and the shell was imported. Then lapis lazuli, one element, that one also we imported from the Mesopotamia. Then pearls also we imported. Okay. At that time gold armlets and needles. Gold armlets, one example is there, that bronze statue, the statue which was in Tribhanga position, we found in one Harappan city, Indus Valley civilization. So that is also one example. From with using this foreign trade, we built shipbuilding. How we will make? With the dockyard and boats. The example city is Lothal. At the Lothal is one site in Indus Valley civilization. Lothal is one site. Lothal, Banavali, Rakigari, many sites are there. These are only more prominent cities or sites. There are many minor cities also there. No need to remember all the cities. Only few important like Mohenjo-daro, Banavali, Kalibangan. Remember to cite the example. Remember only few. Example is more than enough. See, this is your second semester in this BA honors in civil services course. This is the 4 years course, right? This is only foundation. The first 2 semester you will read only foundation, like you will read only NCRTs, and you will get the data only basic information for the foundation level. The next, when you go to the second year, 3rd and 4th semester, little bit advanced. Okay, standard books like R.S. Sharma. We will refer at that time. At that time also Indian ancient history 2 is there. In 4th semester. Now you are in 2nd semester. In 4th semester, Indian ancient history 2 is there. So in that semester, little more advanced features we will add. First 1 and 2 semesters, basic foundation, and the next year little advanced. In the 3rd year, you should apply some applicable part, applied knowledge with the current events or current affairs. See, in contemporary world, many excavations are going on. They are finding little extra features, little extra sites from the within the site also, extra features they are finding. So you need to add all these features in the your mains exam. Okay, and in the final year, in the fourth year, what are the communication skills needed to convince the board members, UPSC board members? Those things you will learn in the final year. That is the finishing school for the this UPSC civil service preparation. So everything will take you in a constructive way. First year the foundation only. So if you remember this site names, what are the main features, that is more than enough. From next semester onwards, you will learn little advanced. Okay. Then next is the ninth feature is market diversification. In market diversification, the pottery and bead making, I told shells also they used to import, and jewelry is there. Pottery like red ware and black polished ware. పాటరీలో కూడా 2-3 టైప్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఇప్పుడైతే ఓన్లీ 2 టైప్స్, రెడ్ వేర్ ఒకటి అండ్ బ్లాక్ పాలిష్డ్ వేర్. అంటే మామూలుగా పాటరీ చేస్తాం కదా, వాటికి కలర్స్ రాస్తాం కదా మనం, రెడ్ కలరు, బ్లాక్ కలరు, డిఫరెంట్ కలర్స్ వేస్తాం. బయట కూడా అవైలబుల్ ఉంటాయి పాటరీ. ఆ టైంలో పాటరీనే ఎక్కువ ఉండేది, కుండలు. ఇప్పుడు తక్కువైంది, ఎవరు వాడట్లేదు. ఓన్లీ ఎండాకాలంలో నీళ్లు చల్లగా చేయడానికి వాడుతున్నారు తప్ప ఇప్పుడు వాడట్లేదు. ఎందుకు పాటరీనే వాడతారు ఆ టైంలో? ఇప్పుడు కూడా చాలామంది వాడతారు, ఎందుకంటే సమ్ దేర్ ఆర్ కెమికల్ ఆర్ సమ్ గుడ్ ఫీచర్స్ ఆర్ దేర్. ఆటోమేటిక్ ఏమవుతుంది, రీజువినేట్ అవుతుంది. పాజిటివ్ నెగిటివ్ ఎలక్ట్రోడ్స్ అండ్ ఉంటాయి కదా, అవి బ్యాలెన్స్డ్ అవుతుంది, రీఛార్జ్ అయిపోతుంది వాటర్ కూడా. అండ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ మోర్ ఫర్టైల్ వాటర్. ఫ్లోయింగ్ వాటర్ కానీ ఒక కుండలో పెట్టిన వాటర్ అనేది ఆటోమేటికల్లీ ఎలక్ట్రిఫై అయిపోతుంది, అది బ్యాలెన్స్డ్ అవుతుంది అందులో. తర్వాత రాగి వాడేవాళ్ళు, రైట్, ద కాపర్ అండ్ ఆల్. ఎందుకు కాపర్లోనే తాగుతారు ఎక్కువ అంటే ఆటోమేటిక్ రిజువినేషన్ ఆఫ్ ద, ఇట్ హ్యాస్ దట్ కెమికల్ ప్రాపర్టీ, అందుకే అందులో ఎక్కువ వాడతారు. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ అగ్రికల్చర్. సో at that time domestication of animals was there. The soil is fertile soil, alluvium soil was there. So alluvium soil, it is very fertile. Cotton kani, rice gani, barley gani, it's most favorable soil, ante kada. And at that time matriarchal society was existed. matriarchal society అంటే matriarchal society see, there are two different types. One is patriarchal, another is matriarchal. From father side, the family head, if father, the lineage or descent is from the father, then patriarchal, father is patriarchal. And the lineage or descent, whatever is there, the family head is mother, then it's a matriarchal family system. Okay, example, at that time mother goddesses was there. That was the main example. Through evidence only we can classify which system was existed at that time. Like terracotta figurine, mother goddesses, terracotta figurines. Next, at that time diverse profession also existed. They used to practice different professions like priest, warriors, peasants, then traders, artisans also there. Artisans, they used to make pottery, they make to weave the cloths. Then goldsmiths also exist at that time. Goldsmith, ఫర్ ఆమ్లెట్స్, ornaments ఎవరు చేస్తారు? గోల్డ్ స్మితే కదా. And at that time men they used to wear a dress wrapped around the lower half of the body with the one end, and women they wore the left and shoulder under the right arm. అంటే డిఫరెంట్గా ఉండేది, ఆర్మ్స్కి లెఫ్ట్ సైడ్ నుంచి వియర్ చేసేవాళ్ళు, ఇదంతా ఓపెనే ఉండేది. ఒక బీర్డ్ విత్ మాస్టర్డ్ ఓల్డ్ మ్యాన్, ఓల్డ్ ప్రీస్ట్, ద ఫిగర్ వాస్ దేర్ ఇన్ ఎన్సిఆర్. Okay, and there are the many reasons for this decline. Really that is a great civilization. It was existed around some thousands of years, right? 4500 to 1500 means around 3000 years it was existed, right? Why it was declined? Actually many thinkers, many researchers, they quoted different theories. Like one theory is sudden death theory. Sudden death theory. That theory was given by Max Muller. Okay, what he gave, Indus Valley civilization was destroyed by the Aryan invasion. Aryans invasion చేయడం వల్ల, ఇన్వేషన్ అంటే ఏమంటారు తెలుగులో, దండెత్తడం, అదే ఇన్వేషన్ చేయడం వల్ల సో ఇండస్ వ్యాలీ సివిలైజేషన్ డెస్ట్రాయ్ అయిపోయింది because of Indo-Aryans and Aryan invasion. The another theory given by E.H.T. Mackay, the theory name is gradual decline theory. Gradual decline theory. See, everything is there in this PPT. So according to this theory, river Saraswati has changed its course to Ganga instead of Arabia due to shift in tectonic plates. Okay. Even in tectonic plates, three types of movements are there: horizontal, vertical and transboundary. Because of this transboundary plate movement, divergence movement, there was little gap. Because of this gap, this river Saraswati has changed its course, not towards Ganga, it's towards another location. Okay. And Robert Rakes, he gave another theory and many reasons he quoted, like climate change, mainly because of drought, no water, people died without water, one theory. And he quoted another reason is environmental degradation of because of this timber and fuel. Environmental changes, once upon a time, now more than 2 degrees or 2.5 degrees rise in temperature because of this industrialization, because of this vehicles, due to climate change only, right? So all these reasons contributed to decline of this Indus Valley civilization. Okay. Okay then. Search in Google. How many questions asked in preliminary exam and how many questions came in mains on this particular topic? Then so you will get to know how important, how much significance is this topic. Okay. You can pass now. వాటర్ తాగేస్తారా? అంటే ఒక 5-10 minutes తీసుకుంటారు వాళ్ళు కూడా షార్ట్గానే.
grammar, a descriptive grammar we are doing today. Objective multiple grammar we did now. So now we are going for types of essays. Essay writing, you are aware of it, isn't it? In schools, in intermediate level, they are given you how to write an essay. But as for your knowledge, you know that essay is plainly writing about the topic given to you. And the topic you will be dividing into short paras and you will be writing. But today we are going to learn about the different types of essays. But before we discuss about types of essays, let me tell you about what is an essay. An essay means well structured sentence, well organized ideas put together. Okay, so here what I am to say is these essays are based on ideas, arguments, informations. Different type of passages we will be writing, essays you will be writing, isn't it? So here, firstly you all must be knowing we have types of persons also. First person in English is, who is the first person in English? I. I is the first person. You, second person. He or she, third person, isn't it? So here our essay writings are based on persons, particularly a narrative essay. So in essays, the first type is narrative essay. Second one is descriptive essay. Third one is expository essay. Fourth one is argumentative essay. What is all these four types? In what way they differ? They differ in lot. Usually, we are happen to see movies, short films. They are narrative essays. They are. Why? Because first person is narrating the story. The plural form for the first person is we. I, we. Usually, the director, the narrator, who is telling the story to us. Here too, first person is telling the story to us. So what are the rules we have to follow under the narrative essay? A narrative essay means a story or person's real experience. Real experience. Sometime I will be telling in between, once upon a time what happened. I will be sharing my personal experience. Sometimes we will go to the unreal world also. Imaginary stories also we will tell, isn't it? So all these come under narrative. Okay, narrative essays. How it functions, what it is about. Here a narrative essay means, first, any film also we will see characters are very important, isn't it, in the story. Without characters there is no story at all, isn't it? Characters. Second one is settings. Around the settings, according to the time, okay, they have to set that everything. And the plot. What is the plot? We say plot 1, plot 2, plot 3, no? What it is? Like how it is be organized, how the story is put in an order. Plot 1, plot 2, plot 3. Who enters the characters in that plot. And also the last one is clear sequence. Clear sequence of events. So story, if we enter the theater at time, we can understand the story. Isn't it or not? If you go in between, you will not follow what it is. So that's why here a story means organized the ideas in a sequence, in a logical way. In a logical way. So that is the first thing, mostly in a narrative What is a narrative essay is based on? A narrative essay is based on a story or a person's personal experience or any imaginary experience. And what is its, how it functions? Settings, characters, plot, events, all these are based in the story, isn't it? We come to the second one. Second one is descriptive essay. Descriptive means, I may ask you in the class, describe about any person whom you like most. Your best teacher you like, isn't it? Then you describe a person. Sometimes I will tell Rahul to describe about his place, isn't it? About his place. Then he will explain about his surroundings, everything he imagines. So while you are describing about any person, what you will observe? Suppose you think I am talking about Brahmanandam. Immediately that picture will come in your mind, isn't it? A descriptive means a picture will come in your mind. Then what? It flashes in your mind and you will imagine his face, how we will talk. Immediately his body language will change, his expressions will change, isn't it? So a descriptive means you may describe about any person, about any place, or about any object or anything. They all come under it. Then how it's going to function to it? What is its language? A descriptive essay means we find vivid pictures. What do you mean by vivid pictures? Strong feelings we will be having. I will say I am going to tell a lovely story to you. There is a thick forest, a jungle, and you see a prince on his horse, white horse, and a young prince running and coming on his horse. Then what you will do now when I am saying this? What you all are doing? You are imagining, isn't it? Thick jungle. So here you are imagining the vivid pictures in your mind. Vivid means strong feelings. Strong feelings. So usually, what are its what we say language in it? What language we use in it? In a descriptive, we use metaphors. You know the figure of speech? Similes, metaphors, adjectives, and sensory expressions. And that means adjective means what adjective does in parts of speech. Number of times I told you in the class. What adjective does? Always it will describe. No. Isn't it? How is this? How is this means particular noun you are going to describe about it. Tall person, fat lady, short hair, describing about any person. Here also in a descriptive essay, we are going to find you're describing about the particular topic which we are talking. Isn't it? Particular story we are talking, you're going to describe about it. So, hence the mostly language used in this type is adjective, similes. What do you mean by similes? Similes. You know parts of speech, but you doesn't know figure of speech. Figure of speech means usually in poetry. In poetry, they will ask you to write the critical appreciation of the poem. Whether this is a sonnet, okay, this is a simile, a metaphor, elegy, satire, what this poem is based on. So, you know very well a sonnet means a 14 lines poem. Likewise only here, a simile means similar to, alike, alike. One is similar to that. We'll say, no, you are, both are resembling, alike you are looking. But a metaphor means one is acting like another. A person is acting like another. Simile means similar, similarities. So such things you will find under description, under the descriptive essay. Okay. And another one is saying is sensory expressions. Sensory means what? Do you have sense? We say, no? What do you mean by that? You all know that. You are not coming to the point. Sense. What are sense organs? Now you will tell me. Mm. Taste, tongue, we taste, isn't it? All these are sense organs, no? Likewise, only in a descriptive essay, we are sensory expressions we have. That means when we are describing about any person, the sound we are seeing, the taste, the smell, the sound, all these sensory expressions we could learn from the descriptive essay. Isn't it? They are interconnected, narrative and descriptive. Narrative story is told, but here they are describing about a particular person, particular place, particular thing, particular object. Then what is the third one here? What do you mean by expose? Means something is displayed. Expository. You can use a board and write now. Expository essay. That means we are explaining, we are describing about anything. What we are describing? About any place we are describing. How you want to go, we are describing the direction to them. Go in that way. Explaining about how we have to go for the directions. Some keywords do we find in this expository. That is, you are saying some definitions, clarifications, comparisons, cause, effect and process. So usually what this essay does, it explains about anything where it is arranged in an order. Order is very important in our life also, isn't it? As you get up from your bed, I'll say you just, your daily routine of your life, please explain to me, expose to me the essay in an essay model. Then you'll say, I get up from the bed, you're telling the in a logical way, isn't it? I get up from the bed, I fresh up myself, then I'll have my tiffin. If you are very devotional, you'll do puja, then you'll have your tiffin, then you'll pack up and you start to the college. There your day begins. The whole day you'll follow your classes and you'll be back to the home. So that is the way you explain, isn't it? Explain or describing it is known as expository essay. The last one is argumentative. Argumentative. There itself you'll know the meaning of it. Argument. Don't argue with me. You say, no? When a teacher is questioning any student, sometimes teacher is speaking something, the student will be saying the other thing. There the argument begins. Sometimes among your friends too, you happen to face such things, isn't it? Argument. Some people, for silly things they argue, no? But here particularly what is telling is, argumentative essay means, usually we are happen to see a client, a claim and defense in a court. We just imagine when I'm telling about when you are going to a court, civil court, any court when you are going there, you are happen to see both the defense lawyer and the lawyer whom we appoint, both of them will having the argument there. Then with the evidence is being proved, isn't it? There should be an evidence for the argumentative. When you are having argument with any of topic you are speaking, you should have evidence, isn't it? Without evidence, your argument is of no use. So thus, an argumentative essay presents a claim and supports its evidence. We are happen to see in movies, we are happen to see in real life, isn't it? Without proof, in a court, without evidence, though you are an excellent person, good person, nobody will entertain you. They needs to show evidence. That's why we are happen to see in movies and everything, no? They get the fake things and they manipulate everything in a few seconds, everything will change into wonder, no? In a movie, argumentative means. So here also an argumentative means, so one who is arguing, that person must have a strong argument, strong, clear way, vague way, and thus everything will be in a confusion stage, isn't it? So thus, when you're writing an essay in your exam, suppose in your examination, he will be asking you the differences between these. Last year we got that question only. In a tabular form, you're going to write what is the difference between narrative essay, descriptive essay, argumentative essay, expository essay. Difference between these four. How you are going to identify them? Write the points below it. Important points. How, in what way they are differing. In what way they are differing. That is very, very important. That means a narrative, we know that we narrate any story about a person. Usually, we are happy to see first person is narrating the story. Many times in our previous classes too, I was standing over here and telling you some past experience, isn't it? So I narrated I myself first person narrated it. When we come to the descriptive, difference between narrative and descriptive, you're describing mostly the physical status there, physical situations, isn't it? Plot, settings, time, everything you're setting there, and among all that, the characters are the most important way they play a vital role, isn't it? So as they are playing, that picture is being fixed in our brains, isn't it? When we discuss about any movie, have you seen that particular movie? We'll say Pushpa means everyone have seen that movie, isn't it? Then when I speak about Pushpa movie, then what you will, I will say certain scene now. You have seen when both son and father, okay, when they both on the bridge, when they have an argument, when the truth has been disclosed, he has come to know that he is not his father. On his old scooter, they both will be having an argument, isn't it? When I say, you'll imagine that bridge, old scooter, his father, his expressions, and how he walks lame, no? Isn't it? His expression, his way of talking, his gestures, everything will be fixed in your mind. That's why small children will easily grab learning only through pictures, only through description. Our teacher jumps, they also will jump. Our teacher shows any picture in her hand, they will enjoy that. So they want something, actions and some pictures, so that they can intake in their minds. That is very, very important. So descriptive, difference between narrative is, narrative plainly will be telling the story about any person, but a descriptive means where you mostly focus on describing any place or thing or anything else. And expository is nothing but only are explaining about any certain place or anything else. Like you're speaking about like any importance on education. You're explaining about the education. What is the education system, or how to use a library. When you go to a library, what you will do? There are hundreds of books in the library, you know. Not hundreds, thousands also, you can say. Thousands of books are there. And everything is being written on each racks there, isn't it? Like arts books, science books, dictionaries, maths books, science, like different is there. Which particular section books you want, particular book you want, you'll go there only, isn't it? That means here expository means you're explaining about anything, library it may be, or when I say explain about the importance of education. What is the importance of education? Why you're coming to college? To gain some knowledge. Really, boys? Why you're coming to college?
To achieve our aim.
to achieve your aims, dreams, goals. Dream big, reach big, isn't it? You have to dream big. In order to reach your dreams, what you have to do? You have to put lot of input, isn't it or not? Without input, just you sit at one place and if you dream, what happens? It will remain as dream only forever. So hard work is very, very important. Everyone, hidden knowledge, hidden talent is there in every student. Only thing we are lazy. Kada? We are lazy. That's why we are not going further. Today very patiently you are sitting. Hmm? Great of you. So that is importance of education or importance of library. How to use a library, you know very well, and how to use a dictionary. These days everyone forgot using dictionary. Hardly are carrying books to college because you have a mobile, everything is giving information to you, isn't it? Whatever you want, you are getting in chat GPT or so and so and so and so. So you have thrown the books aside. But one thing you're forgetting, though it's giving in less time information to you, but books are whole and soul to us. Reading, reading makes you a full person, a complete person. You know that? Because it's a mental exercise. Reading books is a mental exercise. But you are hardly doing that. You are going for your exams, only learning the question answers, the important points, and you are trying to write in a short method. Isn't it? So that is wrong, ma. So unless until in detail, if you study, put lot of efforts for hours, then only there is a hidden success. Isn't it? So there is no shortcut for studies or success. Every one of you, night and day you work hard. Why you will not achieve? Definitely you will fulfill your dreams. So that's why we have to learn all these. And then coming to the argumentative, arguing with persons will really enhance you how to speak with persons. Interacting with people, you will learn many things. Otherwise, you will turn an introvert. Isn't it? If you don't speak to anyone, all the time you sit at one corner, you will turn into introvert. You will not mingle with anyone, it is also another problem. So by interacting with everyone, all levels of students, all level of your friends, really will enhance you how to move with people. Isn't it? You must respect everyone's ideas. Then only you'll be a very good friend. Isn't it? You should not criticize everyone. You get used to it. So these are the 4 types of essays. You have a clear idea now? So in brief, few questions I'll ask you in the previous class what I have taken. That is common grammar mistakes. Why? Because why we are not able to speak correct English is because most of our mother tongue, Telugu, is influenced on our English. Because English is a foreign language, we are not the native speakers of it. So particularly we think the preposition is a small little chapter, but really it sends a lot. A little word if put in wrong in a sentence, the meaning of it will change. Isn't it? She's teacher, they will say. Then what you have to say? What is the correct article you will use there? She is a teacher. Why not she is the teacher? What is the difference between a and the? No, you speak. The? Santosh? The? The in particular we use. When we are talking about any particular person, place, thing, or any animal, anything in specific, we use a means it's common for everyone. A teacher means she is any teacher. But usually for common person, singular, we use a. And coming to the preposition again, it's very important to us. Most of them in sentences I've seen, when you're writing your competitive exams, he will focus on prepositions. THA and than, majority of the people, they mistake it and they use than, is elder than me, shorter than me. He prefer coffee than tea. Than they will say because dini meeda adi. But it's wrong to use than. What we have to use? What we have to use? To. TO to. Elder to me. Senior to me. Always than is used in degrees. Comparative degrees it is used, isn't it? We don't use them. So coming to different common grammar mistakes we are making, we must be aware because you are in shortly in your degree as well as in your coming exams, competitive exams, you are going to write what you are going to write? Competitive exams. In there, he will give different type of sentences to you to identify them. A small mistake will be there, you are going to identify and write the correct structure. Correct structure is very, very important, ma. You can't just put very well, she sings. Can you say that? What you have to say? She sings very well. Arranging the words, correct structure is very important. So, the more you focus on this, the more perfect you will learn. So, all these we have seen in the previous class, under the parts of speech also, how important it is. So, inculcate the habit of speaking English. For name's sake, you are joining in English medium, but you hardly speak English. Only if you attempt your exams can you do wonders. Make habit of talking to with your friends. Because correcting the errors in the sentence is one of the important chapters. In that, all chapters are included. Prepositions, articles, verbs, voices, speeches, question tags, all these are put under that chapter. All what are grammar chapters are put under that. So be careful in answering, identifying it. Shortly I will be giving questions on that. And sometimes some similar words are also there for us, where we are not able to know the difference of them. What's the time?
You can see. Can you see everyone? So the Nyaya Darshana, Vaisheshika Darshana, Sankhya Darshana, Yoga Darshana, Mimamsa Darshana and Vedanta Darshana, these are Astika Darshanas. And the Nastika Darshanas are Bauddha, Jaina and Charvaka Darshanas. Okay, these are the syllabus for the current semester. Okay, so today let us start with the Yoga Darshana. Okay, can you see everyone? Right now? I hope so. Okay. So, in Yoga Darshana, we have it is written by Maharshi Patanjali. So, any idea you have who is Patanjali Maharshi? Don't say it's Ramdev Baba. Okay. So, he belongs to the 2nd century. Okay. Not this Ramdev Baba ki Patanjali brand. Okay. So, he actually there is Yoga Shastra we do have, but
he concised that yoga shastra. Like for example, we have the knowledge is spread so much, but it was concised, right, into textbooks or guide, right, so that the particular people can understand. So, so in Yoga Darshana, Patanjali he like introduced in the form of sutras. Okay, so we have in Yoga Sutra Patanjali we have 4 chapters. It is divided into. Okay, so first is Samadhi Pada, Sadhana Pada, and Vibhuti Pada and Kaivalya Pada. Okay, so what do you mean by yoga? Any idea? Any idea you have? Yogasana. Okay. Okay. So it is derived from the Sanskrit root, which is yujja. So yujja means union. So generally yoga means the union between the Paramatma and the Jivatma. But other texts also gave some examples like, okay, so yujyate anena iti yogaha. So the union between something is called yoga. What is the, like how we have to union? What is that union called? So certain other texts gave like union between like samatvam yoga muchyate. So not showing any partiality between anything is called yoga. And another definition of yoga say yogasu karma, yogaha karmasu kaushalam. So having a good knowledge or like performing your actions very well is called yoga. Like one performing their own duty means yoga. For example, right now you are all students. So what do you think you have your own karma? Like what is your duty? Studying, right? So you doing studying without diverting yourself and learning, increasing yourself, that is also called as yoga. Now, for example, if you be an IAS officer, if you do your duty, that is also considered as yoga. This is there in Bhagavad Gita. Now we are talking the darshan. So what do you mean by yoga? As per the Patanjali Yoga Sutras, as per the Yoga Darshan, yoga chitta vritti nirodha. So what is that? Any like what do you understand by that? You didn't understand anything? Okay. So it's like mastery over the fluctuations of mind. So everybody has a lot of thoughts. How many are in a state of that I don't have any thought? I think everybody will have some of the other thoughts in their mind, right? Without thoughts, do you think any person exists here? No. So the yoga says, Yoga Darshana says, like when we control that, when we go into a state where we are not occupied by the thoughts, is called yoga. So right now I said, okay, you all knew the definition of what is yoga. Now I said it very easily. So do you think just because of I said like yoga means okay, thoughtness, awareness, so does it mean you can practice, okay, I should practice like without getting a thought? No. For that we need to understand what is our mind, right? So what we have to do so that we will get in this particular stage, right? So what is chittam right now? Chitta is consist of manaha, buddhi and ahankara. So have you heard about this particular 3 topics? What is manas? Heart, okay. Buddhi? Okay. Ahankar? Attitude or something. Okay. So manas is something, it's chanchal. So something, there are so many thoughts that are running in your mind, like I wanted to go here, there. It will like make you like it doesn't have anything, but it will be like running from one particular topic to another particular topic. Right now, where is your mind? They say mind is present, like body is present, mind absent. When you concentrate here, your mind is here. If you don't concentrate here, your mind is somewhere, wherever you are thinking, right? So that is mind. You got idea, like you understood what is mind? Now buddhi. What is buddhi? Mind. Okay. What is buddhi? So through which we decide. Now, for example, our mind is like running here and there. Hey, shut up. Now I'm writing something. I'm in a class, so please hear. Somebody is deciding inside. No, you should not go there. You have to go here because do you have this particular thoughts in your mind? Like inside you anytime, right? No, right now I have to. The power of deciding something is called buddhi. And what is ahankar? Attitude, okay. Ego. Ego is ahankar. So, like this manas. So, through sense organs, what are the sense organs?
Nose, ears.
Till, good. Please be louder. Okay. So these are the 5 sense organs we have. Okay. Through this, the mind will get the information. For example, let us take a person who is running. Who is walking in a garden or somewhere. So through the sound, he observes, like he gets a knowledge that there is something around me. But with buddhi, with mind, he will decide, okay, this is an ox, this is a snake. Then with that expressions, he will decide, with his buddhi, he will decide, oh, this ox is very angry. Then what is ego? The ego will say, oh my god, since this ox is very angry, I have a threat. So it talks about I. Aham means Sanskritam. In Sanskrit, it is I. Ahankara means I. It always talks about I. So many people will say, like, how many people are scared of lizard? Or any other animal? Why? You have never seen, but since it is going somewhere, you will feel like, oh my god, it might do something to me. There is an impression inside you, like it might do something. So I will be suffered because of that particular thing. So it is decided by ahankar. So this combination of these 3 is called chittam. Okay. So then what is yoga? Chitta vritti. The modification of the chittas, the thoughts, the waves that are going in our mind and stopping them is called yoga as per yoga darshan. Okay. So, yeah. So you can see through sense organs, it grasps the knowledge. What manas? Son, what is buddhi? It will decide how it is looking, like what is that. And in ahankar tells things like, does I have threat because of this particular thing? Am I safe, or like that? It is going to think. Okay. So now we have levels of mind. Okay, this chitta has the levels. So we often see all around, there are so many different people, right? Do you think everybody thinks alike? Maybe they might unite for a particular thing, but they will be going, right? So what do you think? What is the difference? Why there is a lot of difference between each and every person? Yeah, why? Why do we have this particular different mindset? Genes kaadu. Okay, tell me. Any, like, why you have? Any idea? Okay, so there are 3 gunas in this world. Sattvic, Rajas, Tamas. Anybody heard about them? Okay. So, sorry? Okay. So, Sattvic guna is like being very calm, very happy, like making yourself, your mind, like be peaceful. Rajasic is like, it's like always they are chanchal. Like, I want to do this. Right now, the mind will be here, and the next moment it will be going somewhere. And tamasic guna is it will be like, I don't care. It is like Pakistani terrorist, because I don't care, let me die, but I want my ego to satisfy. You know, you have seen this particular people now. So they know that they are burning. The Pakistani terrorists, you know, any terrorist, you know, they know they are burning. That's why they keep some bombs on them. They know that if it blasts, he will also die. No, but my ego should satisfy. Like somebody told, I listen to that. I want everybody to kill. I don't mind whether I die or not. This is this moodha. This murkhatva is called tamasic guna. Okay. So the levels of mindset, the levels of chitta. Okay. So when there is a lot of like tamasic nature in us, it is called moodham. So chittam jadam bhavati. So there it will be like moodha. So that particular level is called, is moodham. Okay. So you can read. The mind is dull, confused, inactivate, and if they say, if they like, if I say this is black in color, they'll argue no, it's green in color or some other color, you can decide. So like that, whatever I say, it's right. So that is tamasic nature. So next, chittam. So chittam sarvatra dhavati. So it will run here and there. So here in moodham, the tamasic nature will be very high. So they'll always sleep, they won't move, they'll be very inactive, why the world won't stop. They will be like, world, why should I have to live? Like the world will come for me. Why will I do? Like that. Okay. So when it comes to Shiptam, it is like Rajasic in nature. Today, right now, my mind is here. At the same time, it will go somewhere else. So it is Rajasic nature. Okay. Next, Vikshiptam. Kadachit Chittam will be very sthira. It will be like very. So at times it will listen. The chitta will be listening. At times it will like whenever you you as you are students, you want to wake up. You want to feel like I want to study. But when you sit, at times it won't listen to your mind, right? So this is called Vikshiptam. So there sattvic nature is there, but at times the samasic and rajasic nature will also come. So when you are in a sattvic that you wanted to read something in a calm environment, when sometimes rajasic nature will come, what happens to it? It will be like your mind will be thinking, oh, after exam I'll be going to go there, here. And if again tamasic nature will come, I'll like I want to sleep. It will be like, okay. So ekagram. So ekagram means concentration. Other level of mind is ekagram. So the mind is concentrated on one particular thing. They won't see, you have any idea about Arjuna? The story of Dronacharya and Arjuna, where every student will say like, what are you seeing on this tree? They will be like, we see the fruits, we see that here and there. But Arjuna, when answer comes to Arjuna, how will answer? I can only see the you don't know? Only eye of the bird. So that is called ekagra. So whatever we are saying, the chitta is only on there. That is called ekagra. So next, niruddham. This is the last stage. So here only the chitta will be merging. Like the world is merging with our soul is called. So we can't go to here. If we practice this particular thing, this is the last stage. And in this particular stage, the particular person, the soul will reside in his own state, and that is called yoga. So any doubts you understood? Is it clear? Okay. So then what happens if the chitta vritti nirodha happens? Tata drashtuhu. Drashtuhu is somebody, the soul, we are. Okay. Swarupe avasthanam. So he will be in his swarupa. What is that swarupa? The soul, consciousness, not having any thoughts inside. Okay. So right now I think we can't have we either end up in these 4 stages, right? So if we practice so much, we will be going to this 5th stage. Okay. So now what is chitta vritti? So what are chitta vritti? Chitta vrittis are nothing but the modification of mind. So there are so many thoughts that are running in our mind, right? So can you classify those thoughts? Any idea like how to classify those thoughts or something? If we stop that vrittis, the modification of that, we'll go into a stage of yoga. So then we'll be very peaceful. Birth and death. Okay. But good for answering. Yeah. So these are the 5 modifications of Can you see? So, pramana, viparyaya, vikalpa, nidra, smritayah. These are the five basic, these are the five modifications. So, if you have to have any thought, only under these only you will have any thoughts. 1. Pramana. Right now, whatever you are seeing me. So, you can see, like it is live, you can see me, right? So, like you have a proof that I am teaching. So, you saw it. That is called pramana. So, like it is yadardha gnanam. Right now, you are seeing me. Then, viparyaya. What is viparyaya? It is mithya gnanam, like false. So, for example, if somebody is walking in a dark place, like let us take a guy. Okay. So, he is walking in a dark place. So, when he walks, suddenly because of lack of light, he sees a wire or a rope and he thinks, oh my god, it is a snake. So, for the truth, is it a snake? But he is assuming it is a snake. So, what do you think? It is a mithya gnanam. It's a false knowledge, right? It's not a snake. So, this is called viparyayaha, mithya gnanam. Next, vikalpaha. Right now, I told you a story. Have you imagined a guy who's walking with a snake in a garden, right? So, do you think, is it right now happening? You have imagined in your brain. So, it is imagination. So, that is called vikalpaha. Kalpana in Hindi, they'll say kalpan. To imagine, right? So, like that you remember. Vikalpaha. Okay. So, next, nidra. So, your mind will rest. When it will be resting, do you have any thoughts? It is in one particular stage. It is like sleeping, right? Then smriti. Right now, if this class is interesting, you will be listening here. If not, pratyaksham will happen. If not, smriti, you will go to past or future or something, right? So when this modifications will happen in our brain, when we like control them through some, so is it easy? Like right now I told you to control them. Is it easy to control? Is it easy? Then what we have to do? Any measures, like what we can do? Any curious, like you have any like interest, like you want to control your mind thoughts or so that I'll be very peaceful. How many of you got? So, how to? Tarvata chitta vrittihi katham niyantret. So, how to like control this? Abhyasa vairagyabhyam tannirodha. So, through practice and through detachment, we can control all these chitta vrittis. Okay. So, what is this abhyasam? This is vairagyam. Any idea you understood? What you understood? Vairagya means? Huh? Okay, abhyasa means practice. Today, when you go to a small kid, when I ask him to write A or something, today they might not write perfectly. But through practice, when they come to first, second, third class or in 10th class, they can easily write. So, what is this? Practice. So, make sure with consciousness, when we have conscious, when we take decisions consciously that I have to practice for this, we will practice. Otherwise, we'll be going with the flow, right? So, with vairagya means not getting attached to the object. Right now, if you like something, let us compare yourself as a kid and right now. For example, you love a chocolate. When you are in your young age, it will be like chocolate. You also like, no? So you'll be like, yay, I got chocolate. I want to eat that particular thing, and your mind will be very restless, right? Right now, if I give you chocolate, you'll be like, you're ready to give to somebody who is younger than you. Do you have attachment on that particular chocolate? If somebody asks you if you give, oh my god, he's taking, your mind will think like that. No. So this is called detachment. You don't have any attachment to that particular chocolate. So similarly, you have to increase your detachment to the object by the passage of your time. If not, like it doesn't only mean chocolate, but any other object in your life that is going. With the passage of your age, you should also go further. So then only your mind will be peaceful, right? Otherwise, every day it will be gone. Every day it will be in a state of like depression, something, right? The minds will be always be in a smriti only, no? Right? So this is the solution, and I think it is also given in Bhagavad Gita. Okay. So there are certain like how to uh, control this. It is given in Ashtanga Yoga. Okay. So through practicing this particular thing, we can like we can give discipline to our mind. So it will come to a particular stage that is called ekagra, and then we will go to a stage that is called the last stage where our chitta vrittis are gone. So when we practice, so right now you are students, you are studying for your exams or something. Do you think life will be very easy without any obstacles? I think there are so many obstacles will be coming. When you wanted to open your book, somebody will call you or something. You might not feel good, right? Everything might happen, no? So these all things might happen, right? So there are so many obstacles that we are gonna get. So how to make sure we, in spite of getting a lot of obstacles, how can we control and raise above our nature and be happy and practice all this and go into that chitta vritti nirodha state, that we'll see tomorrow. Thank you. Any doubts you have? Understood, right? Any doubts? Is it clear? Thank you so much.
వైజ్ అయితే 2.4%. 100%లో 2.4% అనేది ఇండియా పర్సంటేజ్ అనమాట. ఇండియా అనేది నదర్న్ హెమస్ఫియర్. నదర్న్ హెమస్ఫియర్ అంటే ఇది వరల్డ్ మ్యాప్ అనుకో. నదర్న్ హెమస్ఫియర్, ఇది నదర్న్ హెమస్ఫియర్, ఇది సదర్న్ హెమస్ఫియర్. ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఏమది ప్రైమ్ మెరిడియన్ అనేది పాస్ అవుతుంది. ప్రైమరీ ఇది ఎంత 0 డిగ్రీ, అది 0 డిగ్రీ ఈక్వేటర్ కదా, ఇది ప్రైమ్ మెరిడియన్. ఇది మొత్తం ఈస్టర్న్ సైడ్, ఈస్టర్న్ హెమిస్ఫియర్. మన ఇండియా అనేది ఈస్టర్న్ హెమిస్ఫియర్లో ఉంటుంది. ఈస్టర్న్ సైడ్లో నదర్న్ అంటే ఈక్వేటర్కి పైన ఉన్నదాన్ని నదర్న్ హెమిస్ఫియర్ అంటాం. సో ఇండియా ట్రాపిక్ ఆఫ్ క్యాన్సర్ అనే ఈక్వేటర్ పైన ఏముంటుంది? ట్రాపిక్ ఆఫ్ క్యాన్సర్ అండ్ ట్రాపిక్ ఆఫ్ క్యాప్రికాన్ అనేది సదర్న్. ఆర్కిటిక్ సర్కిల్ అండ్ పోల్స్, ఫ్రీజుడ్ జోన్ అని చెప్పుకున్నాం కదా ఆల్రెడీ. అక్కడ ట్రాపిక్ ఆఫ్ క్యాన్సర్ అనేది ఇండియాలో ఏ పార్ట్ నుంచి పాస్ అవుతుంది అంటే, ఏ స్టేట్స్ నుంచి పాస్ అవుతుంది అంటే జిఆర్ఎంసి, గుజరాత్, రాజస్థాన్, మధ్యప్రదేశ్, ఛత్తీస్గఢ్, జార్ఖండ్, వెస్ట్ బెంగాల్, త్రిపుర, ఈ స్టేట్స్ తోటి ట్రాపిక్ ఆఫ్ క్యాన్సర్ అనేది పాస్ అవుతుంది. అంటే ఎన్ని స్టేట్స్? జేడబ్ల్యూటీఎంసి 8 స్టేట్స్ కదా, 8 స్టేట్స్ తోటి ట్రాపిక్ ఆఫ్ క్యాన్సర్ అనేది పాస్ అవుతుంది. అదే ఇప్పుడు నదర్న్ మోస్ట్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా ఏంటంటే, మన ఇండియాలో నదర్న్ మోస్ట్ పాయింట్ అంటే లే లద్దాఖ్లో ఇందిరా కోల్. లద్దాఖ్లో ఉండేది ఇందిరా కోల్ అనేది నదర్న్ మోస్ట్ పాయింట్. అదే సదర్న్ మోస్ట్, ఒకవేళ మెయిన్ ల్యాండ్ అయితే సదర్న్ మోస్ట్ పాయింట్ ఏంటంటే కన్యాకుమారి. విత్ ఐలాండ్స్ తోటి, ఓషన్స్ తోటి కలిపితే ఏంటంటే ఇందిరా పాయింట్. ఇట్ ఈస్ లొకేటెడ్ ఇన్ ఎక్కడ? కాదు, నికోబార్ ఐలాండ్. నికోబార్ ఐలాండ్లో సదర్న్ మోస్ట్ పాయింట్ ఏంటంటే ఇందిరా పాయింట్. ఇందిరా కోల్ ఏమో నదర్న్ మోస్ట్ పాయింట్. సదర్న్ మోస్ట్ విత్ మెయిన్ ల్యాండ్ అంటే మెయిన్ ల్యాండ్లో మాత్రం కన్యాకుమారి. అదే ఓషన్స్, ఐలాండ్స్ ఇవన్నీ కలిపితే సదర్న్ మోస్ట్ పాయింట్ ఏంటంటే ఇందిరా పాయింట్. అదే ఇప్పుడు మన ఏదైతే వెస్టర్న్, మన జియోగ్రఫికల్ పరంగా ఇప్పుడు ఇండియా తోటి బార్డర్ అయిన కంట్రీస్ ఏమేమి అంటే పాకిస్తాన్, బంగ్లాదేశ్, ఆఫ్ఘనిస్తాన్, చైనా, మయన్మార్, నేపాల్, భూటాన్. ఎన్ని స్టేట్స్? మొత్తం 7 స్టేట్స్. మన ఇండియా అనేది ఇప్పుడు మనం లాటిట్యూడ్స్ నువ్వు చెప్పుకున్నాం. లాటిట్యూడ్స్ అంటే ప్యారలల్ లైన్స్, అది లాంగిట్యూడ్స్ అంటే వర్టికల్ లైన్స్. ఈ లాటిట్యూడ్స్లో ఈక్వేటర్ అనేది మనం 0 డిగ్రీలో చెప్పుకున్నాం. ఆ 0 డిగ్రీలో మన ఇండియా అనేది ఈక్వేటర్ పైన ఉందని చెప్పుకున్నాం. అదే ఈక్వేటర్ పైన అంటే 0 డిగ్రీస్ పైన, కాబట్టి ఇండియా అనేది 8 డిగ్రీస్ 4 మినిట్స్ నార్త్ నుంచి 37 డిగ్రీస్ 60 అంటే 6 మినిట్స్ నార్త్, అంటే ఇండియా ఈ పాయింట్స్లో ఈ లాటిట్యూడ్స్లో లొకేట్ అయి ఉందన్నమాట. ఏంటి? 8 డిగ్రీస్ 4 మినిట్స్ నార్త్ నుంచి 37 డిగ్రీస్ 6 మినిట్స్ నార్త్. ఓన్లీ నార్థన్ హెమిస్ఫియర్లో ఉందనుకున్నాం. సో ఓన్లీ నార్థన్ హెమిస్ఫియర్. ఈస్టర్న్ సైడ్ అయితే 68 ఈస్ట్, ఇది ప్రైమ్ మెరిడియన్. మళ్ళీ ఇక్కడ 0, ప్రైమ్ మెరిడియన్ అనేది కూడా 0. కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ 68 డిగ్రీస్ 7 మినిట్స్ ఈస్ట్ నుంచి, అంటే మన ఇండియాలో ఒకటి 68 డిగ్రీస్ 7 మినిట్స్ ఈస్ట్ నుంచి 97 డిగ్రీస్ 25 మినిట్ ఈ అంటే ఈస్ట్ వరకు. అదే ఇప్పుడు మనం ఈస్ట్ లాంగిట్యూడ్స్ అని చెప్పుకున్నాం. లాంగిట్యూడ్స్ అనేటివి మన ఎక్కడ ప్రైమ్ మెరిడియన్ నుంచి పాస్ అవుతుంది. మన ఇండియాలోనే ఇప్పుడు ఇండియా లాంగిట్యూడ్స్ ఉంటాయి, లాటిట్యూడ్స్ ఉంటాయి. అదే ఇక్కడ వెస్టర్న్ మోస్ట్ స్టేట్ ఏంటంటే గుజరాత్. ఒకవేళ ప్లేస్ అంటే గుహర్మోట్. ఈస్టర్న్ మోస్ట్ ప్లేస్ అంటే అరుణాచల్ ప్రదేశ్. అక్కడ ప్లేస్ కిబీతు. కిబీతు అనేది ఈస్టర్న్ మోస్ట్ పాయింట్. అదే ఎక్కడైతే గుజరాత్ నుంచి మనం అరుణాచల్ ప్రదేశ్ వెళ్తాం అంటే ట్రావెల్ చేస్తాం కదా, ఆ ట్రావెల్ చేసే టైం అనేది డిస్టెన్స్ అనేది చేస్తున్నప్పుడు 2 hours 30 minutes టైం ల్యాగ్ అని ఉంటుంది. అంటే వాళ్ళకు మనకు ఈ గుజరాత్ వాళ్ళకు అరుణాచల్ ప్రదేశ్ వాళ్ళకి టైం ల్యాగ్ అనేది 2 hours 30 minutes ఉంటుంది. ఎందుకంటే బికాజ్ ఆఫ్ లాంగిట్యూడినల్ డిస్టెన్స్. దానివల్ల మనం ఏం పెట్టుకున్నామంటే అందరికీ ఒకే టైం ఉండాలి. ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మనము వరల్డ్లో తీసుకుంటే యుఎస్కేకి 7 టైమ్ జోన్స్ ఉంటాయి. వాళ్ళు 7 వాచెస్ మెయింటైన్ చేస్తారు. అక్కడ ఆ లొకేషన్ నుంచి చేంజ్ కావాలంటే చేంజ్ చేసుకుంటూ ఉంటారు. అది ఇబ్బంది కావద్దని మనం ఏం చేసుకున్నామంటే ఒక ఇండియన్ స్టాండర్డ్ ఆఫ్ టైం ఐఎస్టీ అని పెట్టుకున్నాం అనమాట. దానివల్ల ఏంటి, మనందరికి ఇండియాకి మొత్తం ఒకటే టైం జోన్ ఉంటుంది. సో ఎందుకంటే ట్రావెలింగ్ వల్ల డిస్టర్బెన్స్ అంటే ట్రావెల్ ఇష్యూస్ రావద్దని, ట్రావెల్ దూరం అనేది సేమ్ ఉండాలి, అందరికీ టైం అనేది మళ్ళీ చేంజ్ చేసుకోవద్దు. అంటే చిన్న కంట్రీలో ఎందుకు ఊకే టైం వాచెస్ చేంజ్ చేసుకోవాలని మనం ఒక టైం అనేది డిఫైన్ చేసుకున్నాం. అది ఎప్పుడు డిఫైన్ చేసుకున్నాం అంటే అడాప్ట్ చేసుకున్నాం అంటే 1906లో. ఎక్కడ అంటే ఇది ఐఎస్టీ కదా, ఐఎస్టీ అనేది ఇండియాలో పాస్ అవుతుంది. అది లాంగిట్యూడ్స్ కాబట్టి ఏ స్టేట్స్ నుంచి అంటే ఉంకోవా అనేది ఇది ఒక నిమోనిక్. ఉంకో అంటే ఉత్తరప్రదేశ్లో ఫస్ట్ ఎక్కడ స్టార్ట్ అయితే మిర్జాపూర్, తర్వాత మధ్యప్రదేశ్, తర్వాత ఛత్తీస్గఢ్, ఒడిశా, ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్. మన ఇండియా అనేది సౌత్ ఈస్ట్ ఏషియాలో ఉంది. సౌత్ ఏషియా సౌత్ ఏషియా. అందులో అండమాన్ నికోబార్స్ అనేది సదర్న్ సైడ్. వెస్ట్ సైడ్ ఏముంటుంది? లక్షద్వీప్, అరేబియన్ సీ, ఇక్కడ బే ఆఫ్ బెంగాల్, తర్వాత ఏముంటుంది? అండమాన్ నికోబార్స్. అండ్ అందులో కోరల్ రీఫ్స్ కూడా ఉంటాయి. లక్షద్వీప్ ఉంటుంది ఐలాండ్, అందులో కోరల్స్ అంటే ఏదైనా ఒక ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఓషియన్లో ఫామ్ అయినప్పుడు అది కోరల్స్ అంటారు. అంటే ఓషియన్కి ఏమంటారు, కోరల్స్ ఉండడం వల్ల ఓషన్ అనేది మెరైన్ లైఫ్ అనేది బాగుంటుంది అనమాట. కోరల్స్ బెనిఫిట్ చేస్తాయి. సార్ మన కోస్టల్ లైన్ అనేది ఇప్పుడు మన కోస్ట్ అని చెప్పుకున్నాం కదా, ఈ కోస్టల్ లైన్ లెంత్ ఎంత అంటే 7516 కిలోమీటర్స్. అరేబియన్ సీ అనేది వెస్ట్ ఉంటుంది, బే ఆఫ్ బెంగాల్ అనేది ఈస్ట్ ఉంటుంది, ఇండియన్ ఓషన్ అనేది సౌత్ సైడ్లో ఉంటుంది. మన మేజర్ పోర్ట్ ఏంటి? ముంబై. దీనివల్ల సెంట్రల్ ఇండియన్ ఓషన్ ఉండడం వలన ఏమవుతుంది, ఇప్పుడు ఇండియన్ ఓషన్ ఉంది కదా, ఇండియన్ ఓషన్ సెంట్రల్లో మనం ఆ ఏరియాలో ఉండడం వల్ల ఏమవుతుంది అంటే యూరప్కి, ఏషియాకి కనెక్టివిటీ, ఇంకా మలక్కా స్ట్రెయిట్ అంటే ఇండోనేషియా ఉంది కదా, ఆ సైడ్కి కనెక్టివిటీ అనేది మన ఇండియన్ ఓషన్ నుంచి అవుతుంది అనమాట. ఏదైనా ట్రేడ్ అయినా కానీ ఈజీగా అవుతుంది అనమాట. బ్లూ ఎకానమీ అంటే రిలేటెడ్ టు ఫిషెస్ అండ్ మెరైన్ లైఫ్ గురించి. దాని ఈ ఇండియన్ ఓషన్లో ఉండడం వల్ల మెరైన్ లైఫ్ అనేది కూడా మనము బ్లూ ఎకానమీ మీద మనం ఆల్రెడీ చెప్పుకున్నాం కదా లాస్ట్ క్లాస్లో. ఎవరు? బంగ్లాదేశ్ వాళ్ళు, ఇండియా వాళ్ళు బ్లూ ఎకానమీ గురించి ఒక అగ్రిమెంట్ చేసుకున్నారు. ఇంకేపన్నా కంటిన్యూ ఎలా ఎన్ని మినిట్లు కట్ చేసిర్రు అసలు?
అది ఎందుకు మేడం మధ్యలో పెట్టారు?